There's times where I want to worship creativity like a religion. There's times where I want to sacrifice everything else in pursuit of it. And yet there's this bit that's nagging at me that's like, in this song, if I'm going to talk about anything that even comes close to the subject of suicide, I better say what I mean about this, and I better talk about it. And this may be heavy for tape notes, but let's get into it.
This episode is being supported by Tape It, the iPhone recording app made for musicians by musicians.
So I can't wait to get into this section. So you get this kind of down chorus, and this was me thinking about Coldplay again. I thought about the organ from Fix You, and I just thought, an organ really evokes like a funeral for me. And so with the idea of like Russian roulette, I thought that would be kind of poignant. And I think also, I couldn't help but through this song, like think about the subject of suicide, because, you're talking about Russian roulette, you're talking about gambling with your life, you're talking about maybe this time I won't be all right. Like, I felt like, it's weird. As much as I want to be free of all of there's times where I want to worship creativity like a religion. There's times where I want to sacrifice everything else in pursuit of it. And yet there's this bit that's nagging at me that's like, if I'm in this song, if I'm going to talk about anything that even comes close to the subject of suicide, I better say what I mean about this, and I better talk about it. Because it would be irresponsible not to. And it's funny because one of my goals for this album was to shed all notion of responsibility and be irreverent and not be sensitive and be loud and, be bold. And yet there's this still very real part of me nagging me that goes like, well, let's talk about it for a second, because I can't stop thinking about it with this song. And I would hate for anyone to get the wrong idea. So the idea of this section is, and this may be heavy for tape notes, but let's get into it. There's one person who's gone around giving talks. He's one of the very few people that survived jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge. And one of the things that he said was that the moment he jumped, he realized that every problem in his life that he was running away from was fixable, except for the fact that he had just jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Right.
And
wow.
Yeah, and he was lucky enough to survive. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And so my prompt for this section of the song was, if I found myself midair, what would my last thoughts be? What would I really regret, And so all the lyrics here, it's like, I want to see my mom one more time. I want to play my songs one more time. I'll play the bit. I just talk about everything that I'd miss,
Yeah.
And I know we want to get into the production, why this sounds the way it does.
Time for a quick Tape It feature highlight. Tape It allows you to record in stereo, utilizing the full microphone capacity on an iPhone, along with gentler dynamic compression. It gives you a much more natural sound and is a huge upgrade to the all-round audio quality. To find out more, follow the link in the description or use the promo code Tape Notes for 20% off Tape It Pro.
But part of I think that meaning and production are actually inextricable, especially when you're the person doing both. So I part of the reason it sounds that way is because of the things that are on my heart. And so the way that this bit got recorded was, I knew I wanted it to sound not overproduced. I didn't want it to sound too clean or too dry. So we recorded everything from really far away. This is like one of the only real amps on the album. This was actually a mic'd amp. And this is me like not really knowing how to play guitar. But the chords are there, you know, and that's really what matters. And yeah, my friend Mikey from New York recorded these drums, and we did like 7 or 8 takes of it until it kind of got the right, like the drums are really backgroundy, you know, it's like so this whole bit is like it's a lot more real recording. The M1 organ is still in there. We got the sub coming from the Juno. There's this piano bit.
Don't wanna die. I wanna live. I don't wanna die. I wanna live.
And then you send it all off with a big trance drop.